If I gave you a choice, a gold coin worth a fortune or a silver coin worth almost nothing, be honest, which one would you pick? Don't overthink it. Most people don't. Now, imagine this. You're standing in a crowd. People watching, waiting, whispering. A hand stretches out in front of you, gold in one palm, silver in the other. And every single time, you choose the silver. Not once, not twice, but again and again and again. The crowd starts laughing. At first, it's quiet, just a few smirks. Then it grows louder. He's not serious. Is he blind? Who chooses silver when gold is right there? And just like that, you become the joke. They shake their heads. They feel sorry for you. Some even feel smarter just watching you fail. But here's the part they don't understand. What if you're not the fool? What if every choice you're making is intentional? What if while they're laughing, you're actually winning? And what if the person everyone thinks is losing is the only one who truly knows what's going on? Stay with me, because this changes everything.
We live in a world where success is no longer built, it's displayed. Everywhere you look, someone is winning, someone is celebrating, someone is showing off. New car, new money, new lifestyle. And it feels like it's happening all the time. But here's the truth most people won't say. A lot of people aren't building success, they're performing it. They're not focused on growth, they're focused on attention, likes, comments, validation. Because in today's world, looking successful can feel more important than actually becoming successful. And slowly, without realizing it, you start comparing. You start questioning. Am I behind? Why is everyone moving faster than me? Am I doing something wrong? Because your progress is quiet. Your work is unseen. Your results aren't loud yet. Meanwhile, the loudest people seem to be the ones winning. But here's something you need to understand. Noise doesn't equal progress, and silence doesn't mean you're losing. Have you ever felt like you're behind because others are showing off? Like you're doing something wrong because your success isn't visible yet? Like no one notices the effort you're putting in? Here's the uncomfortable truth. The ones who talk the most about success are often the ones chasing attention. And the ones who are actually building something real, you rarely hear from them. Because real success, it doesn't make noise in the beginning.
In a small town, there was a young man named Greg. He was 23 years old, not rich, not powerful, but known by everyone, not for something impressive, but for something strange. Every now and then, a wealthy man in the town would call Greg forward. In front of a small crowd, he would stretch out both hands. In one hand, a gold coin, bright, valuable, impossible to ignore. In the other, a silver coin, dull, smaller, almost insignificant. And then he would ask the same question. Which one do you want? Now here's where it gets interesting, because every single time, without hesitation, without doubt, Greg chooses the silver coin. Not once, not as a mistake, but every single time. And the moment he makes that choice, the crowd reacts. Some laugh immediately, some shake their heads. Others whisper to each other. Why would he do that? Is he not thinking? He just lost a fortune. To them, it was obvious. To them, it made no sense. And slowly, Greg became known for one thing. The man who always chooses wrong.
Day after day, the same scene repeats. The same crowd gathers. The same two coins are revealed. The same question is asked. And Greg chooses the silver. Every time. Word spreads quickly through the town. People begin to show up. Not out of curiosity anymore, but for entertainment. They bring their friends. They whisper before it starts. Some even smile, already knowing what's coming. Watch this. He's about to do it again. And right on cue, Greg picks the silver. Laughter breaks out. Not quiet anymore, but loud, confident, certain. Unbelievable. He never learns. This guy will stay poor forever. Day after day, the same choice. Silver, not gold. And with every decision, the judgment grows heavier. They called him stupid, said he had no future, said he would never succeed. To them, Greg wasn't just making a mistake, he was living one. But what they didn't see was what Greg saw. While they focused on the moment, he was thinking beyond it. While they judged the choice, he understood something deeper. From the outside, it looked like he was settling for less. But inside, Greg was calm, intentional, patient. He wasn't confused. He wasn't pressured. He wasn't choosing the smaller coin. He was choosing something bigger, something no one else in that crowd could see. Because sometimes, the person who looks foolish is the only one thinking long-term. Weeks pass, then months. The story spreads beyond the town. More people come to watch, not to understand, but to laugh. The crowd grows larger, the voices grow louder, the judgment grows stronger. And still, nothing changes. The same two coins, the same question, and Greg chooses the silver. Again, and again, and again. The more they laughed, the more he kept choosing silver.
One day, the laughter felt louder than usual. The crowd was bigger, the judgment sharper. And then something changed. A man in the crowd stepped forward. For the first time, he didn't laugh, he didn't whisper, he didn't mock. He simply asked Greg one question. Why? The entire crowd went silent. Even the ones laughing seconds ago stopped. Greg looked at the gold coin, then at the silver coin, and for the first time, he spoke. And what he said didn't just answer the question, it broke the entire crowd's belief. If I take the gold coin, the game ends. But if I keep choosing silver, they will keep coming back. Silence. No laughter, no whispers, nothing. Because suddenly, it wasn't a mistake anymore. It was strategy. He wasn't losing, he was building a system. And then he continued. While they thought he was failing, he was thinking in repetition. While they chased one big win, he was collecting small wins over and over again. Because small gains, repeated, are stronger than one perfect moment. Consistency beats ego every time. And in that same silence, Greg understood something they never did. While they laughed, he was earning again and again and again. After hearing Greg's truth, the crowd didn't speak. But his message stayed in the air, heavier than the silence itself. Because what he revealed wasn't just about coins, it was about life. Lesson 1. Quiet success is powerful. Real success doesn't need an audience. The loudest people aren't always the most successful. And the most successful people rarely need to prove it. Lesson 2. Ego is expensive. The moment you try to prove yourself, you lose focus. Because ego doesn't build wealth, it builds distraction. And distraction destroys consistency. Lesson 3. Think long-term. Smart people don't chase moments, they build systems. While others look for quick wins, the wise are stacking small decisions that compound over time. Success is not one big moment, it's repeated discipline. Lesson 4. Stop showing off. Showing off gives you attention, but silence builds your future. Attention fades fast, but what you build quietly lasts longer than applause.
So, after everything Greg revealed, after all the laughter, the judgment, and the silence that followed, the real question isn't about him anymore. It's about you. So the question is, are you choosing gold just to impress others? or silver to build something real. Because in life, it's easy to get distracted by what looks valuable right now. But not everything that shines lasts. And not everything that looks small stays small. Sometimes the quiet path is the one that builds everything. And here's something you need to understand. Not everyone needs to understand your journey. Because not everyone is meant to see your ending. Some people will only ever see your beginning. Some will laugh at your process, but very few will witness your results. And that's okay. Because real growth doesn't ask for permission and doesn't need approval. If you're choosing quiet success, comment, "I move in silence." Let it be your reminder that you don't need noise to make progress. And if you want more stories that change how you think, hit subscribe. Because the next story might change your life.